The story begins with Grace, her husband Adam, and her younger sister Lee, who visit a crocodile show. They watch how crocodiles are fed, and children take pictures with small crocodiles. After the show, they go to a nearby bar, where Lee suggests they search for crocodiles the next day. Adam checks a book and finds out about Blackwater, a place known for crocodiles. They all get excited to visit. At the bar, Grace takes a pregnancy test, which turns out positive, but she doesn't tell Adam. The next day, they reach Blackwater, but they are late, and the fishing boat has already left. However, a guide offers to take them. Since they have come so far, they agree. The guide carries a revolver and takes them into the Blackwater River. They also plan to go fishing. The guide stops at a spot and tells them that crocodiles no longer exist in this river, though they used to be abundant. The three friends start fishing when suddenly something hits their boat, scaring everyone. The guide checks and finds it's just an empty cane repeatedly bumping into the boat. He removes it, and they resume fishing, but no fish get caught. The guide takes them further into the river. As they continue fishing, Adam hooks something. Lee takes a photo and notices something strange in the water. Before she can react, a crocodile emerges and flips their boat. Panic sets in. With trees around, Adam quickly helps his wife, Grace, climb one, sensing danger nearby. Meanwhile, Lee is still under the boat. Grace suddenly sees the lifeless body of the tour guide floating in the water and screams for Adam to climb the tree. He obeys just in time, narrowly escaping the crocodile. Lee, still under the boat, manages to climb onto it. The crocodile, lurking nearby, aggressively shakes the boat, trying to make her fall. Before it succeeds, Grace and Adam splash the water loudly, distracting the crocodile. It grabs the tour guide's body and leaves. Seizing the moment, Lee prepares to reach the tree. Adam wants to go help her, but Grace stops him, knowing the crocodile could still be nearby. Lee finds a rope on the boat, which Grace notices. She instructs Lee to throw it toward them so they can pull her and the boat closer, flip it, and escape together. Lee throws the rope, but it lands nearby. Adam, with trembling hands, reaches into the water to grab it. When he tries to pull, the rope is stuck, meaning they can't bring the boat closer. Now, Lee has no choice, she must reach the tree by moving through the water. Adam warns, "Don't swim. If you do, the water will move, and the crocodile will sense you." Lee listens and slowly moves forward in the water. But when she reaches the middle, fear overwhelms her, and she starts swimming. Luckily, no crocodile is nearby, and she safely reaches Grace and Adam. However, their troubles aren't over. They are stranded in a place where no boats usually pass. Grace reassures them, "Someone will come looking for us." But Adam disagrees, "No one knows we're here. The only way out is to reach that boat, flip it, and escape." It won't be easy, as danger lurks in the water. Still, Grace and Lee shout for help, hoping someone is nearby. Soon, they realize they are completely alone. Mosquitoes swarm around them, increasing the risk of malaria and dengue. Fortunately, Grace has a spray, which they apply to keep the mosquitoes away. For now, they get some relief. Lee checks her phone, but it's dead from the water. Adam has a knife in his pocket, which he pulls out. Suddenly, there's movement in the water, but it's too dark to see anything. Grace suggests, "We have another way out. Why don't we escape by moving through the trees?" Adam disagrees, "That's not a good idea. We'll go deeper into the wilderness and get lost. This place is deserted for miles. The only way out is the boat." Ignoring him, Grace starts moving through the trees, searching for an escape route. It's extremely risky, one slip, and she could fall into the water, where the crocodile waits. She carefully moves from tree to tree until she reaches the end, where a river blocks the way. This confirms that the only escape is the boat, just a short distance away. As she heads back, she suddenly sees the severed ear of the guide floating on the water. Fear grips her, and she rushes back to Adam and Lee, telling them that the river ahead is impassable. Their only option is Adam's plan, flipping the boat. Grace and Lee hesitate. They insist, "We should wait, someone will pass by in a boat." Adam reluctantly agrees. However, their mosquito spray falls into the water, leaving them vulnerable to bites. Frustrated and losing patience, Adam decides to take action. Adam slowly steps into the water, moving cautiously toward the boat. He manages to flip it upright, making Grace and Lee happy. But suddenly, a crocodile pulls Adam underwater. The crocodile had sensed his movements. Moments later, it resurfaces, Adam is gone. The realization shocks Grace deeply. She remains silent, devastated, as she had never told Adam that he was going to be a father. The crocodile drags his body underwater. After some time, Grace regains her composure. Since Adam had already flipped the boat, they just needed to pull it closer using the rope. She climbs down and uses a stick to retrieve the rope from the water. Since one end is tied to the boat, pulling it could bring the boat toward them. However, she senses movement in the water. Another crocodile is approaching. She quickly climbs back up the tree. Suddenly, the crocodile leaps high, trying to drag her down. This unexpected attack shocks both of them, but Grace narrowly escapes. With the crocodile now at the surface, Adam's lifeless body also floats up. Seeing it breaks their hearts. Meanwhile, the boat drifts farther away due to the water's movement. They spend the entire night in the tree. By morning, they realize the boat is now farther away. Dehydrated from not drinking water for hours, they decide to move through the trees toward it. They try to reach the boat, but they come across a spot where they must step into the water. Both carefully enter, but a crocodile appears in front of them. They attempt to climb back onto the tree, but the crocodile grabs Grace. She fights back and manages to resurface. Lee pulls her up onto the tree, but Grace's leg is badly wounded. Lee ties a cloth around it to stop the bleeding. Just then, a boat passes nearby. Lee shouts for help, but due to the engine noise, they don't hear her and continue moving away. Lee realizes she must get Grace out quickly, as she is losing too much blood. If she doesn't receive medical attention soon, she won't survive. Determined, Lee bravely enters the water and slowly makes her way to the boat. She climbs aboard, but the crocodile arrives and jumps onto the boat to attack her. Forced to escape, Lee jumps into the water, where the crocodile drags her down. Sometime later, she regains consciousness and finds herself near the guide's dead body. She is injured but miraculously alive. The crocodile had likely left her, thinking she was dead, as they sometimes abandon prey after killing them. Remembering the guide had a pistol, she retrieves it, but it is jammed with mud. She cleans it and then splashes the water to lure the crocodile toward her. As the predator approaches from behind, she attempts to shoot, but the pistol jams again. She has no choice but to flee through the water, with the crocodile chasing her. Just as it is about to attack, the gun suddenly fires, killing the crocodile. Lee climbs back up to the tree where Grace is. However, Grace has already passed away. Heartbroken, Lee has lost both her brother-in-law and her sister. She carries Grace's body onto the boat and sails away. And with that, this story, and the film, comes to an end. Hope you liked the story.